What happens here at Lake Mead matters. 7 western states, along with 29 tribes in Mexico, depend on the water that flows through here.
The Southwest is one of the most heavily populated areas in the whole United States, so we are concerned.
40 million people rely on this giant reservoir, which today is only at 1/3 capacity. An infamous bathtub rain tells the story. Lake water last covered the whitish minerals on the rock in the late 1990s.
This is really new territory, given that all of Las Vegas and many other cities in the Southwest have really grown during that time. So this is serious.
To get a better idea, take a look at the water level in these pictures at the Hoover Dam from 20 years ago and compare them to today. Those who use the lake for boating and other recreation are well aware of the shrinking shoreline. You can see the effects of the drought here at the Lake Mead recreation area. They've had to build new ramps just to get people and boats into the shallow lake.
It's scary to think about, what happens if it drops more.
When I normally launch my jet ski off Boulder Beach, and there's probably about a good 12 to 20 feet of mud that you can't actually drive in. You will get stuck.
The falling levels and shrinking water supply didn't happen overnight. It's the result of 20+ years of more heat, less rain, and less runoff.
What we think about droughts now is it's really a balance between that supply, that lack of rainfall, and the atmospheric thirst. How dry is that atmosphere? How much water is that atmosphere pulling out of the ground?
On one side, scientists believe the West has moved beyond temporary drought towards aridification, a permanent phase of more dryness and less water. Either way, western states like Nevada are preparing for unwelcome intervention when the federal government declares a historic shortage and water supply is reduced.
You're looking at about 9 billion gallons of water less that will be available for our community.
Southern Nevada gets 90% of its water from the reservoir. Thanks to aggressive conservation, however, the Water Authority here isn't panicking. The effort dates back to 2002 when the West drought began in earnest.
We had to pivot very, very quickly and reduce our water use almost overnight.
What that looks like: financial incentives for homeowners to remove grass and replace it with drip-irrigated rockscapes. Also, limited watering schedules for these yards, complete with water police. They patrol for homes with leaks or those not following the rules.
If they don't take corrective action, they could end up with a water waste fine.
Even more important is what Southern Nevada does with indoor water. Get this, it recycles and reuses 100% of it.
We could turn on every faucet and every shower in every hotel room on the Las Vegas Strip, and it wouldn't increase the amount of water we deplete from the Colorado River, because all of that indoor water use gets reclaimed, treated to near drinking water standards, and returned back to Lake Mead.
Last year, this conservation allowed the region to use just 83 billion gallons of water, far less than its 98 billion gallon allotment. That also means enough margin to absorb the expected cuts. The work has caught the attention of neighboring states. The region is partnering with Southern California right now to repurpose its treated wastewater, which up to now has been discharged into the Pacific Ocean. Believe it or not, Las Vegas was founded in part because of its water supply, a bubbling spring that helped start the city in 1905. Today, it's got a 50-year water plan, although there's still concern for the future. Just how much water will the region have going forward, and how will it accommodate a booming population? It's why Southern Nevada is joining with other western states to ask for up to $1 billion in federal dollars to help better understand the drought and manage the precious supply of water in some of the country's driest states. Reporting in Southern Nevada, Heather Sells, CBN News.